Hey everyone, welcome to another Magic Arena Explorer video. So today we are playing some mono blue mill. Friends of the channel may remember that a few weeks ago we did play a mill deck. It had a fairly mixed record. So I did go away, I looked at some other online lists, made a bit of adjustments, and I've come back with this particular iteration. So I've removed the black from the deck and we've now gone with a mono blue version. And I'm playing this today. For those who are interested, I'm recording this Monday, so this is the day before Shadows Over Innistrad Remastered relaunches. And you can see my top 10 video cards from that set on my channel. So I don't think there was any particular point in trying out anything hugely new, as the format's about to get a big shake-up. As I say, I think this deck in its first version was a little bit weaker, could have done with a bit more fine-tuning, so we've had a go at doing that. And also, for some reason, it is the mill deck is so far by far the most popular gameplay video that I've posted in terms of views. So I figured we would take another bite of the apple, as it were, and see if we can make it work a bit better with this version. So as I say, this is mono blue, but it runs many of the same cards. So the key new piece of the deck is the new Jace Planeswalker, which is a kind of mill matters Planeswalker, so it can come down, potentially mill your opponent immediately for 15, or if you've spent quite a bit of time doing that already, you can use its -2 to draw cards, as well as mill a little bit more, and it also protects you from one creature as well. And then other parts of the deck are kind of mill matters cards. So you've got Tasha's Hideous Laughter, which is one of the more powerful mill decks in mill cards in the format. So that exiles cards from the top of an opponent's library until they've exiled 20 mana value total or more. So that is quite a high variance mill card. So against like decks that have a lot of expensive spells, it's not so good, but against low to the ground aggro decks, it's incredible. So that will often be your kind of first port of call for, is this a good card to keep in post sideboard? And then we have 4 copies of Maddening Cacophony, which mills 8 cards for 2. Sometimes, although very occasionally, you will use its kicked version, which mills half their library. The problem is, by the time you get to 6 mana, there's probably not much point. And then you have Ruin Crab, which is the landfall creature that whenever a land enters the battlefield, each opponent mills 3 cards. And then another 1-drop of Merfolk's Secret Keeper, which has an adventure that mills 4 and then just comes down as an 0/4, which can do a little bit of blocking. And then Teferi's Tutelage, which is an enchantment, which when it enters the battlefield, you draw a card and discard a card, so it's good card filtering by itself. But also, whenever you draw a card, target opponent mills 2 cards, and we have a good draw effect into the story, which becomes much cheaper if your opponent has 7 or more cards in the graveyard. And obviously, as well as drawing you 4 cards, if you have Teferi's Tutelage out, it also mills your opponent for 8. So that can be a very, very powerful effect. And then Founding the Third Path, which allows you to both cast spells from your hand with the first chapter, milling your opponent with the second chapter, but also allows you to potentially replay a Cacophony or a Tasha's Hideous Laughter with the third chapter. So that can do a lot of work as well. And then the rest of the deck is just about kind of tempo or counter spell advantage, just to kind of keep your opponent off doing powerful things or to protect your mill spells. So we have 4 copies of Fading Hope, which is a very useful interactive spell that can bounce opponents' creatures, and also Scry 1, just kind of getting you to the cards that you need. And then 4 Spell Pierces, just to interact with some non-creature spells for cheap effects, and then 3 Jawari Disruption as well, as a counter spell that doubles as a land. In terms of our land, it's, as you'd expect, a lot of islands. Ipnu Rivulet, which can also double as an uncounterable mill spell in a pinch, and then Field of Ruin to deal with problematic non-basic lands, but also because you get to then search your library for another land, it does then trigger your Ruin Crab again. So you've seen many of these cards before in the previous video, which I will link to in the description if you're interested in how this deck has evolved since then. And the sideboard's pretty simple. We have 3 copies of Callous Dismissal, which is just our kind of additional interactive spell, returning things to their owner's hand and creating a blocker as well if you need one. 4 copies of Narset, which can not only find you additional mill spells, but also can shut down your opponent if they're looking to draw lots of cards. And then we just have a very simple counterspell package, so 4 copies of Disdainful Stroke to bring in against decks with kind of high curves, so you might potentially swap out your Tasha's Hideous Laughter and put those in, or 4 copies of Mystical Dispute against decks that run blue or control decks of any kind. So that's the deck. We will see how it does this time around. I think it is better than the previous version, but I'm still not convinced Mill is actually a viable strategy in the format. But you know, it's one day before the format's about to change, so let's just have a bit of fun, see how we go on with this, and yeah, look to play some more powerful and perhaps meta shifting decks when we have access to the new cards tomorrow. So let's go on to the ladder. So yeah, Shadows launches tomorrow, so I think I'm going to record a bit of Bant Spirits as the first deck, and then I've put out a poll on the channel just to see what people think the second deck should be. So do check that out if you have an interest there. So I've got a choice of 4. I might also do a quick short video just trying to see how Emrakul actually works on Arena, because I'm super interested to see how they manage its Mindslaver effect, and I'm sure other people would be interested in seeing that. So I may just do a short video where I try and make that happen, and then just see what it does. So yeah, keep an eye out for that as well. This is an okay hand. It's not great, but we do have a Cacophony into the Story, Jace. So we have some game here and some early interaction. They've mulliganed once, so hopefully they will be a bit slower than they would be otherwise. Okay, our opponent's on some sort of control, so Ruin Crab is an excellent thing to draw. Now, this is interesting. So, are they main decking Spell Pierce is the question. The fact they didn't shock in makes me think maybe they do have an interaction spell, but I'm willing to take the risk, I think. Just because we can... Oh no, very good. Okay, so we can potentially get a Jace past them then. Okay, so they've now got enough cards to make Into the Story cheaper. Fading Hope isn't very good here, but... am I happy to just run Jace into a counter spell? I don't think it's necessary. I think we can just pass. And we can always Fading Hope our own Rune Crab if we want to, which I think we will do that now. No, we don't need Otawara. So let's see if we can bait them into countering this. So the question is, do we counter the Absorb or do we just play Jace instead? I am happy, I think, to Jawari Disruption here. Because this then gets enough cards into their bin that we can potentially -2 Jace with the and then they would have 20 cards in their graveyard. So I quite like that. Okay, yep, I like that a lot. So let's play Jace the Perfected Mind. And we have a Spell Pierce. Yeah, let's hold up Spell Pierce rather than use the Secret Keeper here, because I think we can just take down anything particularly problematic they might try and play. Okay. So let's play Field of Ruin. Let's draw 3 more. Let's play a Crab. I think we can Secret Keeper here. Sure thing. Let's play Founding of the Third Path. Okay. So they've got a lot of counter spells, but they're basically out of action now, so I'm feeling pretty good about where we are. Let's play another Ipnu Rivulet. Let's just tick up. Or we could just tick down Jace and play another one, I suppose. No, I'm in very much no hurry, to be honest. So let's go to their turn, and then if they play anything on end step, no, okay, so we can potentially into the story. Let's spell pierce that. Nope, okay, they've seen enough. That was a pretty comprehensive victory there. They just never really got anything going there. So, pretty happy with that. Okay, so... Mystical Dispute, Disdainful Stroke, Narset's probably quite good here. We probably won't keep all of these in, but I think Tasha's Hideous Laughter can go. Fading Hope can go. We're on the draw, so maybe just cut down one of the disruptions, one into the story as well. Yeah, let's have 3 Narsets and 3 Disdainful Strokes. Yeah, let's do it like this. I think that's okay. It's a relatively simple process sideboarding here, just because we don't really have that many options. Yeah, Fading Hope out. Tasha's Laughter out. They've got a lot of high-value spells, and to be honest, they don't pressure us very much, so we've kind of just got time to mill them out. We're not in any kind of immediate hurry to mill them as quickly as possible. As we saw there, it actually took us quite a few turns that would normally be ideal, but... one mana keep is not great, but this is a good hand. Yeah, go on, let's risk it. Double Spell Pierce, I think, gives us the option. Okay, that's good. So let's Secret Keeper. Let's start doing this. Okay, let's play Ipnu Rivulet. Let's play the Secret Keeper. Interesting that Censor, it didn't stick for Censor there, so we might have been able to Cacophony and get away with it. But I quite like having Spell Pierce up as often as possible, to be honest, so we can potentially Cacophony next turn. So yeah, let's Found the Third Path. Cast Cacophony without casting its mana, without paying its mana cost. Okay, mill them for 8. And then we still got Spell Pierce available, so that's pretty good. I like that. Okay. So I'm happy to just pass the turn here. Let's hold up Spell Pierce and potentially into the story as well. See what they do. No, I'm happy to Spell Pierce Memory Deluge, I think. Sure. Yep. Okay, let's Field of Ruin their Hall while we're not doing anything. So the question is now, what do we do here? So they've got 32 cards. Do we try and land Jace? Oh, it's got to be pretty tempting to try and land Jace with Spell Pierce and then use its -2. I think that is what we're going to do. Okay. Oh, perfect. Okay. I mean, sure, we've got what we wanted from it. So let's Secret Keeper again. And yeah, let's hold up Spell Pierce again rather than play Crab. So they're down to 23 cards. Okay, let's try and land a Crab now. Play land. Let's play another Jace. Okay, let's draw again. Okay, they're soul partitioning to their heart's content, but I don't really mind because we are drawing so many cards that I don't think it matters. So they're down to 16. Okay, this is going well. So we will hold up Spell Pierce in anticipation of a deluge. Yeah, that doesn't really help them, to be honest. So let's play another island. Let's play Founding the Third Path. Start at number 2. Mill them again. Yeah, I could play Narset here. I quite like that. Yep, let's do that. Yeah, I'll take Teferi's Tutelage. And we'll hold up both our counter spells. So yeah, we've got serious game against Azorius control. I mean, it's just not doing anything to us. Yeah, no. I imagine they'll pack it up here. Yep. Ah, there you are. Good first game. Ah, well done, Mill. All right, let's see if we can do. Let's see how we do, perhaps against a slightly more aggressive deck in the second match. But who knows? Maybe we'll just play control and feel great for the next hour. Let's find out. Being on the play is always a good idea with Mill. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. We've got some options. Depending on what they're playing, this will either be good or not very good. Those are the two options for most cards. So they've gone in the tank, thinking about their hand. Or they've disconnected, who can say? Well, what can I do in the meantime? Oh no, we're alright. I didn't have to start singing. So I think if we draw a land, we'll just play an island. Ooh, this is a difficult one now. Okay, let's land. Okay, so they're playing vehicles. Let's cacophony. Pass the turn. So this is the aggro deck that I was worried about earlier. Let's see how much game it's got against us. Okay, let's play this land. I think we're going to take a bit of an unpleasant hit here. But if they play in a Seeker's Chariot, we can counter it. No, that's annoying. Okay, I think we are not going to be in a particularly good spot here, so let's... lack of land is a problem as well, to be honest, so let's Tasha's Hideous Laughter. Okay, that was pretty good. Still don't think it's going to be enough, but... Yeah, I have every reason to believe that this is a horrific matchup for us, but let's try some sideboarding and see how we go. Yeah, so I quite like a couple of extra bounce spells here, and it creates blockers, and maybe 3 Disdainful Strokes. Yeah, Tasha's Hideous Laughter is good. Spell Pierce, not quite so good, so maybe we'll go down to 1 of those. Fading Hope is great. We're on the play, so Disruption will be good. Tutelage might be a bit too slow here. I think on any turn we're playing Tutelage. It's not going well for us. Okay. Yep. Of course, I've seen this hand somewhere before. Hopefully we can draw a 3rd land. Here we go again. Okay, let's hold up Disruption this time. Yep, let's counter that. Okay, that's a good draw. I think I'm happy to Tasha's Hideous Laughter here. Okay, that wasn't quite so fun as the last one, but... Okay, that's okay. Okay, so let's Fading Hope away the Bone Crusher Giant. No, sadly we can't keep that. I wish we could. And let's Cacophony. Say go. Ooh, Sky Sovereign's bad news, because we can't really do anything about it at sorcery speed. Nope. Okay, that was not a surprise that that matchup was terrible for us, so let's swiftly move on and never talk about this again. Lack of land is a problem. That's better. So what are we putting away here? Don't think we need founding. We don't really have anything that goes with it. So let's put that away. Yeah, what fun. So yes, red makes me fear for the safety of our crab, so we will hold up Fading Hope instead. Ah, Rakdos. Okay, yes, very traditional Rakdos, although Rampage is new. Save our crab. Get a scry off. Yep, we'll keep that. Trespasser Shore. Okay, let's play crab. Let's drop a land. Let's play Founding of the Third Path on 1. Fading Hope. Discard Island. Pop that back in their hand. Keep that. Okay, we've got some stuff going on. So let's mill them for 4. Play land. Let's play Jace the Perfected Mind. Let's mill them for 15 here, because... Sure. Okay, I'm happy to Fading Hope that. No, Field of Ruin won't do it for us. So let's just pass the turn, keep up both Counterspell and Rivulet. Let's counter Shieldred. Sure, play another crab. I think we're going to run out of gas here, but if we very specifically draw... Oh no, we can't do both, unfortunately. Which is annoying. So they're on 20. Well, let's give ourselves the best chance, because it's not impossible that Tasha's Hideous Laughter could do it for us here. Nope, that will not do it, so let's go to game 2. So, what are we bringing in against Rakdos? I think a couple of Disdainful Strokes. 1 Callous Dismissal, although I actually don't mind this configuration, actually. No, not Narset. I meant to do 2 Disdainful Strokes there. I think the game just glitched slightly. Let's Take out a couple of Spell Pierce and maybe one of the Into the Stories. Yep. Fairly light sideboarding here, just because it's not really designed hugely with black-red in mind. Yep, that's fine. We've got the founding cacophony thing. I'd rather you hadn't done that. Fair enough, we will just... actually, I don't feel the urge to cacophony them quite yet. I'd rather leave up Fading Hope and protect our crab from a removal spell for a couple of turns. Sure. Okay, let's bounce that. Yep. Just cacophony. Play Secret Keeper. And now, as long as they don't Thought Seize us, we can potentially play Jace next turn and use the -3 to draw 3 cards, which I like. Yep. So let's play Jace on full power. Okay, Tasha's is good here, so let's pass the turn, protect Jace with the Secret Keeper. And they're down to 25 already, so... Sure. So let's Fading Hope away their Shieldred before we draw more. Ooh, that's good. Okay, let's... So we can hit them for 9 with this one, and then 15. So yeah, we can just kill them here. Excellent, okay. That was pretty good there. Difference between being on the play and being on the draw, mainly. Sadly, we will be on the draw for game 3. So is there anything we want to bring in that's different? I might take out one of the Disdainful Strokes and bring in another Spell Pierce on the draw. Yep. Jace into Jace there was, of course, excellent. But I think we were in pretty good shape regardless. We'd have drawn 3 more with Jace otherwise. And yeah, no, all to the good, really. Okay, let's see what they take here. Yeah, Hideous Laughter makes sense. Go ahead. Okay, let's play Crab. Island. Pass the turn. Sure. Either is acceptable. Yep, I'll happily pop that back in my hand. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Don't know why you do that, but sure. Concentrate button. Thought for a moment they brought in more cards there, but no, I made that up. Okay, they're just playing mono removal. But they are doing precisely nothing threatening to us, so let's pass the turn, hold up Rivulet Mill. We really do need some of our... I say they're doing precisely nothing threatening to us, and then they do that. So let's mill them for 4. Draw. Okay, that at least gives us some defense against Shieldred for a turn. So let's mill them for 4 here. Play a Secret Keeper. And now we hope for the best. Hope for some good draws. Okay. So I'm happy to block Mutavault for a turn, I think. So Jace would be great here. Okay, that's pretty good. So let's Tashers. Okay, they're down to 12. I'm worried we might just slightly run out of gas here. But if we draw Jace or another Tasha Sidious Laughter... Okay, let's save ourselves the damage here. Oh, that is a bad draw. Okay. Let's sacrifice 1 now. Oh, I think we're just dead, aren't we? Yeah. Oh, that's so annoying. Oh, if we'd drawn anything good there, we could have gotten away with it. Oh, that's so frustrating. Oh, well, that's Shieldred for you. Oh, that's so sad. Is there anything we could do here? No, they've got 6 cards left in their library. Where were you last turn? Oh, that's so sad. No. Oh, I'm so annoyed. Oh well, we did pretty well there against Rakdos. Let's do 1 more. On the draw. Again. Oh, this hand is bad. This one's pretty bad, but I think we've got to keep it. We do at least have this combo, so we can start doing that. I don't like playing a crab into... okay, empty black mana. I thought it was fatal pushing for sure there, but... Okay, mono black. Yep. So let's get this online. Rakdos, yep. That figures. So if we play Hideous Laughter here, we could potentially flash it back again. Which I quite like as a concept. So that got 12 cards that time. Pretty happy with that. Sure. Sure thing. Okay, let's copy this, play it again. Okay, they're now down to 5, so unless they kill us this turn, they are dead. I'm fairly sure they won't be able to kill us this turn, but it is Rakdos. That won't do it. Neither will that. Okay. Right, so that was a reasonable first game, and we're even on the draw there. So what are we bringing in here? I think just a couple of disdainful strokes for their Shieldrids, and that's probably it. I think ditch 1 into the story and 1 tutelage, and let's see what we can do. Well, we got to live the dream of the founding the third path into Hideous Laughter, into Flashback Hideous Laughter. So, and they gave up. There you are. An interesting victory against Rakdos mid-range there, which they just didn't want to play anymore. Well, fair enough. I understand. Well, there you are. That is Mono Blue Mill, doing slightly different things to last time, but I think it's probably better than the previous version's deck. Obviously, I'm still not convinced that this is a viable format, deck in the format rather, but you know, we'll have a bit of fun, as this is the last day before Shadows Over Innistrad, so there's the deck again. I'm sure there are improvements. Maybe the sideboard could be amended. The Callous Dismissals felt a bit weak there, so maybe we could come up with something better. Yeah, I think there's plenty of things you can do with this deck, none of which will carry you to any competitive victories, but it is always fun when it goes off. So thank you for watching. As always, please hit the like and subscribe button if you've enjoyed this. Tomorrow I'm going to try and post a quick how does Emrakul work video, if an opponent we play against is kind enough to let us go off with it. And then we should be back Wednesday with our first post-Shadows deck, which will be Banned Spirits. So I look forward to seeing you then. Thank you very much.